welcome to my channel. Welcome to today's video. Today's video is going to be a foundation review and wear test on this DIOR CAPTURE TOTALE. This is the Super Potent Serum Foundation. Now, I love the DIOR Backstage Face and Body Foundation. It's one of my top favorites. I love DIOR in general as a brand. So I decided to just pick this up, see what it's all about. I know their Capture Total is kind of more their skincare line. So skincare foundation sounded interesting, so that's what I'm going to be doing today. In today's video, I will be talking about the details of this foundation as well as doing a wear test. So you'll be seeing me apply this foundation, doing a 4-hour check-in outside in natural daylight, as well as an end of day 8 to 10 hour check-in, going over my final thoughts. Then of course, inserting in some swatches, comparing the shade that I have to other foundations in my collection. So if that all sounds good to you, make sure you give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't yet. But with all that out of the way, let's get started talking about the details of this foundation. Looking over the website, trying to find details on this foundation is a little bit tough. It's not telling me anything about coverage or what it's supposed to do. It's just really talking about the benefits and what's inside this foundation. But first, let's just start off with the price. So this is $85 for 1 fluid ounce, and it does come in 13 shades. At least it's supposed to. But I'm looking here on department stores. I'm looking on the DIOR website. The most amount of shades that I can find are 11. It seems like a lot of them are in and out of stock. So I don't know what's going on with that, but it is supposed to come in 13 shades. And like I mentioned, no just talking about the type of coverage, anything like that. It does have SPF 20, and their big claim is that it combines the revitalizing power of the DIOR Garden's precious Longzada flower with the hydration of hyaluronic acid. This really just seems like it's supposed to be a skincare foundation in one. I know that their Capture Total line is a skincare line, and it's supposed to be the last step in that skincare line. And it's very heavily centered around just being anti-aging. It's supposed to instantly smooth and brighten the complexion. But after that, that's like all the information on this foundation. The kind of vibe that I just get after reading all the different product descriptions from the different websites is that this is just supposed to kind of be like the elevated, sophisticated, you have money to spend foundation. So I don't know necessarily if this is something you have to have. I feel like it's a little bit probably going to be overhyped, but I'm going to give it a wear test anyways. I kind of want to do a video ranking all the DIOR foundations that I have, so I figured I might as well include this. I actually used points to pick this up. I didn't even pay for it. So that was my justification on getting this foundation here. But after that, it does say to just apply this foundation with a brush and smooth towards outside of the face down to the neck for a flawless finish. That's all I got here. I wish there was more details about this foundation. I am wearing it today. Of course, everything that I'm wearing is listed down in the description box below. But now that I've talked about the details, we're gonna go back in time here. I'm gonna scoot you a little bit closer, and you're going to see me applying this foundation up close and personal. All right, so I have no primer on my face or anything. It does say on the website to use a brush to apply this, so I think that's how I'm going to do that today. And I'm going to use just like my small duo fiber brush because I don't want it to be too heavy. And then I'll probably go over and smooth it out with a sponge. That's my plan so far. But let me just pump this out on the back of my hand here. This is 1 pump. It's actually not as liquidy as I was expecting it to be for a serum. I was kind of expecting it to just run down my hand. I'm going to work this into the brush a little bit and then start in the center of the face, work my way out. Just picking this up. It does feel very lightweight off the bat. However, this is a brush that's meant to apply it very lightly. I don't want anything too heavy cakey, especially with a serum foundation. I find just in general, serum foundations, if you apply too much, it does not look good. This is meant to be more of a skincare foundation product, and that's how I want to use it. All right, the brush strokes actually aren't as bad as I was thinking they were going to be. I'm still gonna go over with my sponge and just press it into the skin just to try and make it a little bit more skin-like. Not that it doesn't look like that, but I really just want it to mesh and become one with the skin. The shade match is good. I would say it's pretty spot on with the other two ends that I have in my collection. Of course, I'll be inserting swatch photos in later in this video, so you can just compare for yourself, but it looks pretty good to me. It is very light coverage. I wouldn't say that it's sheer coverage. It definitely gives a little bit of coverage, but it looks really nice. It does feel very lightweight on the skin. And that's kind of where we're at. I'm thinking that it looks pretty nice. Even here, like on my forehead, that's where I have the most wrinkles, so to say, and it's not really settling into that. So far, so good. I'm going to apply the rest of my makeup off camera and come back and just give you my first impressions. Rest of my makeup is on, and you know, I'm thinking so far this foundation, the serum, looks really nice on the skin. My pores look really nice. It gives a natural finish, natural leaning matte. This is not dewy at all, which is surprising. I was kind of expecting this to be a little bit more glowy. I did powder my face after, but only to set like my complexion products, not to take down any shine. I think this is a true representation of how the foundation looks. So right now I'm really liking it. It's kind of giving me the Dior Backstage Face and Body foundation. It's kind of giving me that, but a little bit lighter coverage. And I like it a lot. I only used one pump for my entire face, so I think it looks really good. I am going to just carry on throughout the rest of my day. I have a lot to do today, to be quite honest. The hair is going back up into a ponytail after this because I have a lot of chores. My mom's been out of town for 2 weeks, so I've been taking care of the farm. If you didn't know, I live in France and I rent an apartment that my mom has on her farm here. So I agreed to hold down the fort while she was gone, and she gets back in 2 days. So I need to get things back in order before she comes. So I will be checking in. Right now it is about 10 o'clock. So I will see you all in my 4-hour check-in. All right, everyone, it has been about 4 hours now. I have been working very hard on my chores. I just got done taking a nap because I felt like I deserved it. I try to make sure that I wasn't disrupting the foundation, but here is what it's looking like. And you know, it's just looking really dry on my skin, especially just right here in between my brows. I'm not loving it. It's not really looking that natural. I would expect by right now that my natural oils would kind of be coming through, making this more one with my skin, and it's just kind of doing the opposite. It's just looking really dry, like surprisingly. I've been outside for most of the day. It's actually starting to warm up here. It is so nice, like the birds are chirping. It's 60 degrees. The goats are out. I'm turning around so you can kind of see them. There they are. They want food from me. And then we have our pony back there. His name's Carlito. So it's just a really nice day. I've been enjoying being outside, doing chores, but it hasn't, I don't know, the foundation's just, it's just looking meh. Not like I would expect an $85 foundation to look. There are other ones that just look so much better than this. Especially just like, I don't know, it's just like emphasizing everything right now. I'm gonna go to the gym. I'm gonna go to the grocery store. Maybe that will make this foundation look a little bit better. Right now, I'm going to insert in some swatches so you can just compare shades with other foundations that I have. And then I will see you in another 4 to 5 hours. It is the end of the night. I am ready to take this makeup off, take a shower after the gym here. And, you know, I'm gonna need to test this foundation more because it is leaving me very confused. I don't know how it's possible, but my skin not only looks dry, it looks greasy. Like you can see the lights reflecting off of my forehead, off of my chin, yet it still looks just dry and cakey around my mouth, in the center of my brows. I haven't touched up yet, so I'm gonna try and just press this in and see if it revives the foundation a little bit, but I don't know. This is a very odd foundation. I don't know if I just don't really get along with serums. I did review the KVD serum foundation and I wasn't a huge fan of that either. But this just seems kind of like a money grab foundation. I fell for it. It was in a fancy bottle. It was Dior, so I thought I would pick it up and they got me. I mean, at least I used points, so it was free. But yeah, it still doesn't look good. Not even a little bit. Like it's still in between my brows here. Like it just looks really cakey and heavy. I only used one pump and I spread it out with a very thin brush and then used the sponge over it. So this is not a winner so far. I do always test out my foundations multiple times and then come back and do a foundation roundup once I have a good amount of foundations that I've been reviewing it, and there's quite a few foundation releases, so that video should be coming soon. Just, I don't know. I feel like I was expecting this to be similar to the Chanel Sublimage foundation. That is kind of Chanel's version of their skincare foundation in one. And it's just not that. It feels like, at least to me, this is something that they carry in the department stores at their boutique. People come in, they buy their skincare line, and this is just kind of an add-on product to that, kind of just like a tinted sunscreen. I could see them advertising it as that, like, okay, you've done all of your skincare with the Capture Total line. Why don't you add this foundation that has sunscreen in it? That's kind of just where my mind's at, because there's no information online. There's not a great foundation range. It's expensive. It's $85, but it's not overly expensive. It's kind of like at a justifiable price for someone who's probably spending their money on Dior skincare, because Dior also has their Prestige line, and that is like an over $100 foundation. So it's less expensive than that foundation. I don't know. As of right now, I am calling just a dud on this. My complexion products are still hanging on, so it didn't wear down with that. I did powder, so I will be testing this without powder next time I use this and see if that was the culprit. I don't think so, though. I think that this is just not a good foundation, honestly. Out of all the Dior foundations, I really like the Face and Body, so I would stick with that one. But that's where I'm gonna leave you for now. I'm gonna keep this video just a little bit short. I hope that this was informative. The swatches were helpful. I hope everyone's having a great day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, everyone.